It's time for the Dirt Doctor and gardening information the natural way. The Dirt Doctor, Howard Garrett, is ready to go with the best information and advice on organic gardening and organic living. If you want to avoid the toxic life, jump right in with us. The water's fine. Here's your leader, John Howard, the Dirt Doctor Garrett.
Thank you, Logan, and welcome everybody to the gardening show that discusses things done the natural way. We talk about the natural organic approach, and the reason we do is because it works better in every way, including from a financial standpoint. David is here ready to take your calls, and we will work in calls. The calls are already coming in, so we'll go back and forth as we always do. Telephone number to be with us here, as always, just one number you need to know. It's 866-444 DIRT, which is 3478. 866-444-3478. Weather here is hot and humid, and that's going on in a lot of places out there. Wherever you are, we can talk about weather-related things. We're in that period of time here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so a lot of the rest of you across the South especially are in that period of time where you got to be real careful about watering. You can still, water too much too often. When it's hot, it's a little harder to do. My sprinkler system was running as I left the house this morning. I punch it on manually. I recommend that highly, even, year-round, especially in the winter when you shouldn't be watering much anyway. But even in the hot weather, it's really best not to set the system on automatic, but leave it on manual so you punch the button, and that's the only time it runs. It's not that easy to do, I'll admit to you. The irrigation companies and the landscape companies tend to put it on automatic. I think the customers, request it in most cases, but really give it a thought and a try. It's a much better way to go. And when you water, whether you're watering by hoses and movable sprinklers or by automatic systems, water heavily. Run each zone a long time, really let it soak down deeply, and then skip as much time in between then and the next watering as you possibly can. That pulsing is very important. Having total moisture in the soil, pushing the air out, and then as the soil dries, the air enters back into the pore spaces in the the pore spaces in the soil. So if you got any questions about that, in addition to what I mentioned, let me know. My tea this morning, and I haven't even poured up any, but I had some driving over this morning, is Osha green tea. I've got a really nice organic green tea that I'm enjoying now these days, and there's some real good benefits from it, several different ones. The Wise Monkey tea is part of my tea this morning. It's the tea made from coffee leaves and ginger. And ginger is related to something I'm going to get into a little bit here that's a human health issue. There's a new disease in the news, and it's not related to COVID. It's not a virus. It's a fungus, and we had it on the front page of the Dallas Morning News yesterday. It's a fungus that's actually killed some people and is already being called a pandemic, which I find really strange by some folks out there anyway. But we'll talk about that a little bit. I'll give you some general guidelines about that if you're interested in that story. And if you can't hang around for that, you miss it, you got to go to church or wherever and miss that. If you just do a search on, believe it or not, what they're calling it is an untreatable fungus, which is goofy. But anyway, that's what they're calling it. It's a candida. I'll get into it in a little bit here. The SPC information report for you. We got some good news. Crescent from last week was adopted. Crescent was really great looking. This week's dog is too. It's Goldie. Goldie's a 1.5-year-old German Shepherd mix, and her bio is on our website under the SPCA button on dirtdoctor.com. Let's see what I need to tell you about her. She isn't the best at leash walking yet. Sounds like my dogs. They like to pull. We're not very good teachers yet. But she can, she's getting the hang of sit, and she can catch treats right out of there. That does sound like my Nellie. But she is a good-looking gal, 62-pound dog, and kind of gawky. Take a look at her photograph and her bio on our website, dirtdoctor.com, and then just click on the SPCA button. You still have to make an appointment to go see her. And it says she's learning how to maneuver her big self around smaller humans without knocking them down. She'd like a home with teens and adults only. She really lights up when she sees her doggy friends and loves to play and chase with them. She'd love to meet the pups at your home and see how well they get along. That's a pretty good standard recommendation. But it's Goldie at the SPCA. This is Dallas at the Jan Reese Jones Animal Care Center, just west of downtown Dallas. And wherever you are in the country, it's a strong recommendation we have here from Dirt Doctor Radio is to support the rescue organizations and not only help the dogs, but help yourself, too. You can get some really great dogs. It's pretty much all we do. We did some purebreds in the past, and we loved some of them very much. But the best dogs through the years have been the rescued mutts. My books and my online classes and the art, the natural organic art that we do, we call it that because primarily, not all of it, but a very large percentage of it is done on recycled material, canvases that were being thrown away for some strange reason. I've actually gotten some very good canvases that had ended up on the out by the curb to go to the landfill, and then in some cases it's been actual paintings that I've painted over. That works well in some cases. And we recycle frames, use frames that were used on other pieces, and a lot of the work is just done on wood, on plywood, pressed particle board, masonite, things like that. It works very well. I've done quite a few paintings on dry eraser board, and the dry eraser board has a white side and a black side, and we've done art on both sides. So if you're interested in seeing any of my stuff, and the sale of my art and my books, all 15 of them, only about 10 or 12 are easily available these days. Some of them go so far back they're kind of hard to find. We don't even have too many anymore. You can find them at the used bookstore sometimes. But all of that and our online courses, 2 of them, the 15-chapter big course and the one subject 4-part course on the sick tree treatment, all of those things are sold through Texas Organic Research Center, TORC. And Texas Organic Research Center is a 501c3, a non-for-profit, and so the sales of all that stuff help to support TORC's work, and which we appreciate, and also tax-free and tax-deductible. So check all that out. We do have the mystery photo up. It's a little different. You'll see real quickly that it is an insect. Let's see if anybody, I don't see anybody that's calling in yet wanting to identify it, but if you are first to identify the mystery photo, you'll win one of the courses, one of the big courses, the 15-chapter course. And by the way, when you take the big course, you are able to use the fact that you have been certified by TORC, Texas Organic Research Center again, and you can use that information and the seal, the TORC seal, in your marketing material if you're in any kind of a related landscape or horticulture business, greenhouse business, or anything along those lines. Well, let me see what else we need to do. I'm going to, rather than get started and then have to break away, I'm going to wait for the first call when I come back from this break. We do have a bunch of questions about turf grass coming in. We'll work that in. If you've got some specific questions, we'll help you. If you're not able to hang around, just know in general two really important things. The chemical people recommend toxic chemicals like Daconil and Scott's, the new Scott's product that came out last year and things like that, which we don't recommend at all. They don't work very well because they kill beneficial microbes as well as the pathogens. What we recommend is cornmeal, whole ground cornmeal for the fungal diseases, and we'll talk more about that as we go. Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. Website is dirtdoctor.com, DIRTDOCTOR, dirtdoctor.com. And the number is 866-444-3478. I'll be back. Tired of pain and poor health? Well, before you operate or medicate, regenerate with Infinity Stem Cells to activate your body's internal repair system, just as I did. It's simple, safe, effective, and affordable. To learn more, call 800-341-2650. Regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy is the future of medicine, personal health, and longevity. Call 800-341-2650 or visit achievevitality.net.
How about the best how-to video classes for gardening, landscaping, and helping sick trees? The Torque online courses, designed and taught by the Dirt Doctor, clearly explain natural organic programs and why they work better in every way. They're fun, easy to understand, and affordable. To learn more or sign up for a course, go to dirtdoctor.com and click on the online class banner. That's dirtdoctor.com or call 866-444-3478.
Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, here for Crazy Water. Crazy Water is what I drink, and you should too. Crazy Water is naturally alkaline with trace minerals and electrolytes for taste, health, and body balance. Go to drinkcrazywater.com to find nearby stores across Texas. That's drinkcrazywater.com. Crazy Water has been helping people feel better since 1881. It's so good, it's crazy.
Nature's Creation provides the home gardener, landscaper, and farmer with products for fertilization, soil improvement, insect control, disease control, and weed control. Ask for Nature's Creation diatomaceous earth, ready-to-use natural pest control. Insects come in contact or ingest this powder and die. Kills fleas, ants, crickets, earwigs, centipedes, bedbugs, and more. Ask for Nature's Creation products in independent garden centers and hardware stores. To learn more, go to naturescreation.co.
Trees become infested with insects and diseases when they are in stress and sick. That's when Mother Nature sends in the cleanup crews. Insects and pathogens are just doing their jobs, trying to take out the unfit plants. Most plant sickness is environmental. Too much water, maybe not enough water. Too much fertilizer, or the wrong kind of fertilizer. Toxic chemical pesticides, the compaction of soil, and grade changes. There could be ill-adapted plant varieties, overplanting certain plant species, and creating monocultures. The Dirt Doctor's tree health plan is simple. Keep trees in a stress-free condition so their immune systems can resist insects and diseases. The sick tree treatment is basically 1. Stop using high nitrogen fertilizers and toxic chemical pesticides. 2. Remove excess soil from the root flare. 3. Apply organic amendments. And 4. Spray trees and soil with Garrett Juice monthly. To learn more on maintaining healthy trees, go to dirtdoctor.com.
Everyone is talking environmental issues and going green. Natural organic gardening and landscaping are important parts of this movement. Some organic proponents only say to stop using the chemicals. Howard Garrett, in the highly acclaimed Organic Manual, explains in detail what to do instead. His what to do is the organic method. He recommends stopping the use of toxic chemical pesticides and synthetic fertilizer, but goes on in great detail about the practical alternatives. This is one of the few gardening books effective for use coast to coast and border to border. The best kept secret of all, uncovered in the Organic Manual, is that the organic program is better in every way. Whether it's growing beautiful landscaping or delicious healthy food crops, the Organic Manual explains bed preparation, planting, pest control, and compost making. It also covers pet management and natural living advice. Purchase the Organic Manual in bookstores everywhere. Also available in independent garden centers, nurseries, hardware, and other fine stores. Go to dirtdoctor.com to purchase or to find a store near you.
Our bodies depend on a potent powerhouse of beneficial bacteria that support and improve every aspect of our health. Dr. Ohhira's formula encourages probiotics to function at their peak performance. Encapsulated in a vegetarian soft gel, Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics is a live paste of 12 strains of probiotic bacteria and nourishing prebiotics from whole fruits and vegetables. Transformative postbiotic compounds created during Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics' exclusive 3-year fermentation process are present in every capsule. These restorative postbiotics nurture diverse gut bacteria, leading to better digestion, improved immunity, and exceptional health. Join the millions of people worldwide who know the power of Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics. Discover the Dr. Ohhira difference for yourself. Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics are available at natural health retailers nationwide and online. Go to www.essentialformulas.com for a retailer near you. That's essentialformulas.com.
Here are some myths and truths about healthy eating. Myth: vitamin B12 can be obtained from certain plant sources such as blue-green algae and soy products. Truth: vitamin B12 is not absorbed from plant sources. Modern soy products increase the body's need for B12. Myth: animal fats cause cancer and heart disease. Truth: animal fats contain many nutrients that protect against cancer and heart disease. Elevated rates of cancer and heart disease are associated with consumption of large amounts of processed vegetable oils. Myth: children benefit from a low-fat diet. Truth: children on low-fat diets suffer from growth problems, failure to thrive, and learning disabilities. Visit howardgarrett.com for more information on living a healthier lifestyle and for finding great natural organic products.
All righty, Howard, back with you, and let's catch up on some phone calls, and then I'll get back to a few things. First up this morning is Donna Sanger, Texas, I assume. Hello, Donna.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for calling and being our leadoff hitter.
Well, you're more than welcome.
What can I do for you?
Well, we have rose rosette disease.
Okay.
My neighbors had 5 rose bushes, and I noticed one of ours had the red stalk with the very, very thorny sting up. So I went over and talked to them, and their rose bushes were just horrible, falling apart. They were so damaged.
Mm-hmm.
So they pulled them out yesterday, and all the way, the roots and everything. So we, day before yesterday, when I first noticed it, we made up the Garrett juice and the 3% hydrogen peroxide, and I forgot the brand, but it's the one you have on your site, the fungicide. And we sprayed. Well, first of all, I cut those branches out, and I did dip the pruners in hydrogen peroxide each time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put those in a black sack, tied it up, and then sprayed every one of our bushes and drenched them. And then I made buckets of it and drenched the ground around it. And so now they look horrible. The leaves have actually turned darker since I sprayed them. And I don't care if they look horrible if I can get them to come back. Do you have any ideas of something I can do that I've not done?
Well, you threw me on a couple of points. One, you said some kind of fungicide that I recommend. The only fungicide that I recommend is hydrogen peroxide or cornmeal tea. I don't recommend really any chemical products unless they have those two ingredients as their active ingredients. I don't recommend any chemical things. The other thing that's even more important is the rose rosette control that we recommend is the sick tree treatment with a couple of things added to it, and you've got to do the whole procedure. You can't just spray and drench with Garrett juice and hydrogen peroxide. That won't do any good at all, really. You've got to first, number one, just like a tree, a sick tree, you've got to pull the soil away from the base of the plant. I've seen in several situations where roses have rose rosette that the base of the plant is too deep in the soil. You see what I mean? So you got to correct that. It's a physical change to the way the rose is planted. Every woody plant, no matter whether it's a tree or a shrub or a vine, but any woody plant has a flare, and that flare needs to be above the ground and exposed to air. So that's number one. And then number two is to aerate the root zone. You did sort of a version of that when you did put out the 3% hydrogen peroxide. And it doesn't matter whether it's mixed with Garrett juice or by itself. Drenched into the soil does do a form of aeration. It would also help, though, with rose rosette to take a turning fork or a three-pronged cultivator I use a lot and rough up the surface of the soil. Rough it up so that it's at least the top few inches is aerated. And then you spray not only with hydrogen peroxide but with the cornmeal juice, and you make that by soaking whole ground cornmeal in water. Use the juice as part of your spray. Put the solids into the soil, into the beds around the plant, and then the final step is to remulch the area with a shredded tree trimmings mulch. And the best one for this specific disease is shredded cedar, shredded native cedar. You mulch the whole bed area, but you do not put any mulch up touching the base of the rose. You leave that area that has been dished out to expose the flare, exposed to air. You see what I mean?
Yes,
And so that entire procedure, you've done part of it, but you haven't done all of it. And if you do the rest of it, if the disease hasn't damaged the root system too far, taking it to where it's just impossible for it to come back, they will return. And if you want to replant with roses, I think that's fine too if you use these techniques. Some people don't want to go through all this trouble, and I understand that. It is some trouble, but it will improve the soil enough to where the rose rosette disease will not have a chance to continue.
Well, we have 16 rose bushes that are about 4 feet tall and probably 4 feet across.
Okay.
So we've got lots of work to do.
All right. Well, if it's just too much trouble, you can take them out and put something else that's not susceptible to it. Any kind of hollies or abelia or viburnum or anything like that, and you wouldn't have to worry about that disease transferring over to those other plants. But if you want to give it a try first, it really isn't wasting your time or money because it's making that soil better for whatever else you plant later on.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.
Good luck. Keep me posted, okay?
I will. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. Telephone number to be with me is 866-444-3478. We will talk about the fungus, this other fungus, in just a little bit, but I do need to catch up on the phone calls first, and then we'll get to that, I promise. I'll be right back.
How about the best how-to video classes for gardening, landscaping, and helping sick trees? The Torque online courses, designed and taught by the Dirt Doctor, clearly explain natural organic programs and why they work better in every way. They're fun, easy to understand, and affordable. To learn more or sign up for a course, go to dirtdoctor.com and click on the online class banner. That's dirtdoctor.com, or call 866-444-3478.
Learn to live the natural and organic life and be healthier from one of Howard Garrett's best-selling books. His natural organic programs and pest solutions work better in every way and can save you money. Learn about creating beautiful landscaping, delicious healthy food crops, safe pest management, and healthy living. Howard's books are useful coast to coast and border to border. You can learn about these helpful books by clicking on Howard's Books button on the top of his homepage of dirtdoctor.com.
Regret going solar? Are your bills more than promised? Is your solar company not responding to calls? Are you basically stuck in a bad solar deal? Well, if so, Solar Patrol can help you. They advocate for solar customers who have been wronged by solar companies. Get the results you expected. Let Solar Patrol fix these bad situations and business practices. Solar Patrol will deliver results in 30 days or less in most cases. In the instance where the installer is nowhere to be found, Solar Patrol can repair or correct issues and hold the original installer responsible. Solar Patrol will resolve any solar issues, help you be more informed about purchasing solar, and provide other services that makes owning solar less of a headache. Protect yourself from solar scams by contacting them today. Call 469-552-7454 or go to solarpatrol.com. 469-552-7454 or solarpatrol.com.
We all know that probiotics are good for digestive health, but your skin, too? I'm Kat James, author of The Truth About Beauty. Common skincare products, especially harsh soaps, can disrupt the balance of the good bacteria on your skin. But there's a progressive new approach to skincare that allows you to create a healthier environment on your skin, probiotic skincare. Dr. Ohira applied ancient Japanese fermentation skills to merge his famous pre, pro, and postbiotic nutrients into a revolutionary 100% natural skincare line. The Kampuku Beauty Bar, honored with the Best of Beauty Award by Better Nutrition, beautifully clarifies and rebalances even sensitive skin without drying. The Magoroku Lotion and the Hadayubi Moisturizer combine Dr. Ohira's award-winning probiotic complex with 14 wild plant extracts plus one of the most skin-compatible emollients known to help restore your natural glow. As a health and beauty expert, I recommend the daily use of Dr. Ohira's skincare products, available at Sprouts and other fine health stores.
Without good health, little else matters. Good health affects weight, skin quality, teeth, hearing, eyesight, and enjoyment of life. It also affects your energy, controls your allergy sensitivities, and helps prevent the degenerative diseases like diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, MS, and cancer. Here are a few ideas on living a more healthy life. Drink water from glass or stainless steel rather than from plastic bottles. Plastic, especially the soft plastic bottles, outgasses contaminants that accumulate in the body and negatively affect your health. Eat food that is grown or raised naturally and prepared with little or no processing or toxic chemicals. Exercise regularly. Walk or do more vigorous exercise on a regular basis. Work out with a partner or join a yoga, fitness, or martial arts class. Visit howardgarrett.com today for more information and products to help you live a healthier lifestyle.
All right, Howard, back with you. We have Tim Jones has identified the mystery photograph, so that contest did not last very long. It's always interesting to see which ones are the most easily identified. Sometimes when I think they're going to be the easiest, it takes all the show and it gets identified after the show. Sometimes, occasionally, very, very occasionally, but sometimes they never get identified. But this morning, the pipe vine butterfly was identified quickly, and we do have a winner winning one of our online courses. The pipe vine butterfly shot was taken by my wife, Judy, in our backyard. Really nice shot, and it's one of the prettiest butterflies, beautiful, beautiful blue color on the top. The underside is a much darker color, But there was an interesting thing about the pipe vine butterflies this year, and that is I never saw the caterpillars. I didn't really look closely at my pipe vine, which is a pretty delicate-looking little vine. It's the only host that this particular butterfly visits, as far as I know. And usually you see them. They're kind of a dark, spiky-looking caterpillar, the larva of the butterfly. But I wasn't very observant on that. I've been looking at other insects, primarily the damselflies and dragonflies. They continue to be the most dramatic. A lot of hummingbirds, they're really enjoying the Turk's cap, which is in real good bloom now. I've had some cosmetic damage to the foliage, and I'm going to be cutting some of them back because I want to keep the Turk's cap fairly low. But we're having either some leaf-eating beetles or some slugs on the foliage. If you want to prevent that, spray garlic tea a little more often. I did not do that, didn't get around to doing what I recommend to other people. And if you see what the insects are, either one of those, the spinosad soap or Garrett juice with the orange oil added at 2 ounces per gallon is what I'd recommend. And the orange oil is what does the killing, not the Garrett juice. Garrett juice just acts as a carrier and gives you some foliar feeding benefit. But anyway, that's what's going on with that. Let's help Ron and get caught up with Ron and John here. Redding, California. Hey, Ron.
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
I've got a question on pine needles and oak leaves and stuff like that.
Okay.
When my grandfather used to put pine needles underneath the roost in the hen house and made it easier to clean up the manure and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a lot of oak trees here in the area, and some of them lose their leaves in the fall, and some of them, they never lose their leaves. They just lose them all the time. And I was thinking about doing the same thing with the oak trees. But anyhow, somebody said he didn't think it would be a good idea to put the oak leaves in the garden or too much. I guess he called it tannic acid. But
yeah.
I can't see where that would hurt it. So anyhow, that's my question.
Well, I totally agree with you. I hear that fairly often too. I don't know who starts that goofy recommendation, but you know, if oak leaves were damaging to the soil and to wildlife and to the forest and everything, the forest would be in pretty bad shape, wouldn't they? It's perfectly fine. I think a mixture of pine needles and your oak would be good. If you have the time to do it, put them out in the yard and run over them with your lawnmower to mulch them into a little finer texture, and mix them with the pine needles and put them in there. And I think the benefit would be very, very positive. I don't think it'd be a problem at all. I think it'd be very, very positive.
Okay. If you've got time, I've got one more question. We
Sure.
have a lot of red ants here. They're not like your fire ants that leave a big welt on you. But we have a lot of red ants, and they live in the oak trees a lot of times because our oak trees get hollow inside, and they just make a home in there. But they also live in the ground, and they're a nuisance. And is there any way I can get rid of those ants?
Well, they're a nuisance, but they really aren't hurting anything. So that's the first thing that you need to know. If you want to get rid of them just because they're bugging you, you can kill them with orange oil. 2 ounces of orange oil will not only kill them, 2 ounces of orange oil per gallon of water or per gallon of fish and seaweed or Garrett juice, whatever you want to use as a carrier. In this case, water is probably all you need to do. It not only will kill them, but it also functions as a repellent. It works very well on the red ants that are called carpenter ants that come in the house, and you may be dealing with some of those yourself.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so yeah, orange oil is the ticket. There's nothing better than that. We get rid of fire ants by putting out dry molasses on the site. I don't know if that'll help you with those or not, but it wouldn't hurt trying because it would be beneficial for your soil and for pest control in general, and it'd be interesting to see if it will help with your specific ants as well. Put the dry molasses out at about 15 to 20 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And in your area there in California, you may have a little trouble finding it. If you have some feed stores or farm stores, they would come the closest to having that. And if not, a nursery that's into organic techniques and products might be able to help you. You can order it online if all that fails.
Okay. Okay, I'll give that a try.
Okie-doke.
Thank you very much, Howard.
Appreciate the call, Ron. Call us again, and let's talk to John in Carrollton, Texas next. Hey, John.
Yes, Howard. My mother had a plant a long time ago. I don't know the name of it. I was hoping maybe you could identify it. It was probably had a 3/4-inch stalk on it and green leaves. I don't recall whether it was serrated or round or what, but it had a bud on it before it blossomed. It was about 1/4 of an inch or 5/16 of an inch in diameter and about 3/4 of an inch long and bright yellow, same color as a banana. And before they blossomed, you could break them up, break the buds off, put them in your hand, and the fragrance was absolutely wonderful. I mean, it was better than the smell of a good banana or something, but it was just incredibly fragrant, and I'm trying to figure out what that plant was.
Well, it's going to be a little tough for me, John. Can you tell me what was the timing of these buds and the flowers? What time of year?
I would say it would be toward fall. It'd come on, like in September, somewhere along in there, I would think. And the leaves were dark green, and it was a plant about the same size and of a camellia or something like that. But the flowers, before the flowers would blossom, the buds were just the petals on the blossom would fall off, and it had a stamen on it that was pretty good size, about the size of a pencil lead.
Mm-hmm.
And but I don't know the name of it. I don't. I would say it would blossom in the fall or toward the end of summer.
Well, there's a couple of different. This is going to be tough to be sure, but there are a couple of different kind of marigolds, and one of them really specifically bloomed. I'm drawing a blank on the specific name. It's a big growing marigold and has a very strong fragrance. I'll try to think of it, and if I do, I'll throw it on the air for you if you keep listening. But it may be some form of marigold, and all the marigolds have very fragrant flower buds and flowers, and a lot of them are yellow. So if I can think of this specific one, it may be it. But any of them, take a look at marigolds in general online or in some books, and maybe you can come up with a specific one that you used to enjoy so much.
Okay. One other question.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of your books on general gardening, layout, composition, how you prepare it, and so just one of your books that goes into detail on what's the best plan for making your own garden with soil composition, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. The one that covers kind of all my books in one is kind of a compilation of all my books, and it's the biggest book I've written. It's called Organic Gardening the Natural Way, and it probably is the one you need to look at. It's the one that has kind of a cartoon drawing of me on a bull, riding a bull on the cover, and it's a hardback book. It's the one that probably you ought to take a look at.
Okay. Well, Dr. Garrett, thank you so much for your insight and help, and God bless you, and just keep up the good work.
John, thank you for calling. I hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And that number, we've got an open line for you now all of a sudden, 866-444-3478. Texas Gardening the Natural Way is that hardback book. I may not have said that exactly right. That's that's the one that's a compilation of all my books. The most recent details, we keep amending what we recommend, and my latest books have the latest information, not as detailed and not all the color photographs and everything that book has, but the little paperback book that I did with Mother Earth News, kind of a joint venture with them, is called the Organic Manual. It's been around for a long time. It's had maybe 7 or 8 iterations. I keep rewriting it and updating it and all that kind of thing. And the current one, the most current one, is the one that you could get through our website, dirtdoctor.com, through Torque. And it's the one that has a crate on the cover with vegetables in it. The previous ones all had Logan as a little bitty kid smelling wildflowers, and it's on the back of the new book. Mother Earth News wanted to make it clear that it was for food crops strongly, and so they wanted that on the cover. So you can take a look at that. And we'll talk now a little bit about turf and about that fungal disease. Christopher, I'll get to you in just a second, so hang on. But the book that covers turf the most that I've written is called the turf book is called Organic Turf Management. I'm getting all my names of my books mixed up today. I got too many books, David. I'll cover them all in detail for you when I come back, I promise. I'm Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. The telephone number is 866-444-3478. I'll be back after this. More than ever, it's important to have a healthy immune system. Vitamin C is helpful, but there's an even stronger antioxidant, glutathione. Maintaining optimum glutathione levels in the body is key in protection from bacteria and viruses. Reg Active's Essential ME3 stimulates glutathione production in your body, especially as we age and are more vulnerable to diseases. Be proactive about your immune health. Get Essential ME3 now. Call 800-430-6180 or go online.
Learn to live the natural and organic life and be healthier from one of Howard Garrett's best-selling books. His natural organic programs and pest solutions work better in every way and can save you money. Learn about creating beautiful landscaping, delicious healthy food crops, safe pest management, and healthy living. Howard's books are useful coast to coast and border to border. You can learn about these helpful books by clicking on Howard's Books button on the top of his homepage of dirtdoctor.com.
Regret going solar? Are your bills more than promised? Is your solar company not responding to calls? Are you basically stuck in a bad solar deal? Well, if so, Solar Patrol can help you. They advocate for solar customers who have been wronged by solar companies. Get the results you expected. Let Solar Patrol fix these bad situations and business practices. Solar Patrol will deliver results in 30 days or less in most cases. In the instance where the installer is nowhere to be found, Solar Patrol can repair or correct issues and hold the original installer responsible. Solar Patrol will resolve any solar issues, help you be more informed about purchasing solar, and provide other services that makes owning solar less of a headache. Protect yourself from solar scams by contacting them today. Call 469-552-7454 or go to solarpatrol.com. 469-552-7454 or solarpatrol.com.
Without good health, little else matters. Good health affects weight, skin quality, teeth, hearing, eyesight, and enjoyment of life. It also affects your energy, controls your allergy sensitivities, and helps prevent the degenerative diseases like diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, MS, and cancer. Here are a few ideas on living a more healthy life. Drink water from glass or stainless steel rather than from plastic bottles. Plastic, especially the soft plastic bottles, outgasses contaminants that accumulate in the body and negatively affect your health. Eat food that is grown or raised naturally and prepared with little or no processing or toxic chemicals. Exercise regularly. Walk or do more vigorous exercise on a regular basis. Work out with a partner or join a yoga, fitness, or martial arts class. Visit howardgarrett.com today for more information and products to help you live a healthier lifestyle.
Have you tried Medina's orange oil? It's all natural, biodegradable, extracted from orange peels, and has a variety of household and garden applications. Use Medina's orange oil as a soil drench or a plant wash, applying during the cooler parts of the day to prevent burning of the plant foliage. You can clean just about everything with Medina's orange oil, and it smells great. Orange oil lifts stains, and it's even helpful for removing heavy grease and cleaning paintbrushes. This all-natural product is also perfect for cleaning, protecting, and polishing hardwood floors and stained concrete, leaving a beautiful shine. Versions of Garrett juice are also made by Medina and available in sizes from quarts to large totes. Visit online at medinaag.com to learn more about this family of organic lawn and garden products, 59 years young and still environmentally friendly. medinaag.com.
Available at most garden centers and home improvement stores.
Our bodies depend on a potent powerhouse of beneficial bacteria that support and improve every aspect of our health. Dr. Ohhira's formula encourages probiotics to function at their peak performance. Encapsulated in a vegetarian soft gel, Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics is a live paste of 12 strains of probiotic bacteria and nourishing prebiotics from whole fruits and vegetables. Transformative postbiotic compounds created during Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics' exclusive 3-year fermentation process are present in every capsule. These restorative postbiotics nurture diverse gut bacteria, leading to better digestion, improved immunity, and exceptional health. Join the millions of people worldwide who know the power of Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics. Discover the Dr. Ohhira difference for yourself. Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics are available at natural health retailers nationwide and online. Go to www.essentialformulas.com for a retailer near you. That's essentialformulas.com.
It is not uncommon for the air inside a home or office to be more toxic than the air outside. This is because of the presence of toxic materials that outgas and the fact that homes and buildings are better sealed and insulated than ever before. Keeping windows open as often as possible allows fresh air in and keeps toxins flowing out. This is especially important when cleaning your home. Skip the store-bought air fresheners and instead try boiling cinnamon, cloves, or any other pleasant herbs. Also, plants may not make your house smell different, but are good for filtering contaminated interior air. Natural organic cleaning products are now on the market and are competing for that spot under your sink. They are non-toxic and they do not put off toxic gases. Visit howardgarrett.com for more information on how to live a healthier lifestyle and to find great products for your home that work well and don't contaminate the air.
All righty, Howard, back with you. Christopher and Gary, hang on just 1 second. Let me do something that I promised so I don't get too far and completely forget about it, which I do from time to time. There is a fungus among us. There is a fungus out there that's killing people. It's new. It caught my attention in the Dallas Morning News paper I write for. It was on the front page a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I guess. And it made a dramatic statement. As a matter of fact, it's labeling it as an untreatable fungus. I asked Diane, our friend Diane Baines, about it, and she's responded and said it was what she thought, that the people have looked into it. I think what she meant was that the pharma treatments, she said non-pharma treatments were the only thing that had been looked at so far. I think the pharma is the only thing that's been looked at, in other words, using pharmaceuticals. But there are, I'm going to give you, and I don't know anything about this other than just to give you some information to look into if you know anybody that's got this problem and is already in the hospital or may have it in the future or whatever. But there's at least two really interesting websites that talk about the control of this fungus with more natural techniques. The fungus is called Candida auris, A-U-R-I-S. And one of the things that's talked about in the first, and she sent me these links to these websites, it talks about an extract from, I think it's ginger. Let me look here again. Where the I didn't do a good job of writing it down. Well, one of them talks about the keto diet, getting away from sugar and carbohydrates and things like that. And, of course, that's a good thing for you to do no matter what. The extract is from ginger, I'm almost sure. And it's called 6-Shogaol, which I don't know what it is, but it's an extract from ginger. Yeah, here it is. 6-Shogaol extracted from ginger apparently has shown some benefit for this disease. And the other is the keto diet, which basically is eating a lot of meat and staying away from sugars and carbohydrates and things like that. If this continues to be a big story, and Diane looks into it more, and some of the other alternative doctors that we have contact with, I get some more information. We'll have some people on to discuss it. But anybody else out there that has any information, that's nothing but a starting point to look into it, because the people in the medical world are saying, they're defining it as an untreatable fungus. That, doesn't sound good. Back to my books real quick. My turf book is Organic Lawn Care is the name of it. And all my books you can see under, the easiest way to do it is just click on that red button that's at the top of the page of dirtdoctor.com, and it'll take you to those books. Another book I was going to mention this morning, it might be a good one for you to read yourself just for more information, and also to give to your landscape company, your landscape people that you may have working for you personally or whatever, to help them with this organic approach. And it's called Organic Management for the Professional. It's written in a way so it's fine for the homeowners, not too technical, but it also goes into a little bit more detail than some of my other books about why these organic techniques work and why they work better in a lot of cases. Christopher, as promised, in Hagerstown, Maryland, is next up. Hello, Christopher.
Hello, Howard. Good morning, sir.
What can I do for you today?
Well, I've got a sycamore tree that is shedding bark in ungodly amounts. I mean, we've had it for 30 years. It's never done it like this.
Really?
It'll peel off, pieces here and there, but this is covering the lawn.
Well, I tell you what the deal is. I've seen it myself. I've been looking at some of the prettiest American sycamores on the golf course where I play, and I've also been keeping an eye on the Mexican sycamores that are around in my part of Dallas that I've had a hand in planting. And I've seen a couple of interesting things. One is the Mexican sycamores are putting on a show. They're even growing more luxuriantly and faster and fuller than I've always, told people about. It's just remarkable what a good tree that tree seems to be. On the American sycamore, which isn't quite as problem-free as the Mexican sycamore and doesn't grow quite as fast, I'm seeing the same thing that you're seeing, Christopher. I'm seeing enormous amounts of exfoliating bark coming off, and here's why. We have had more rain coming into this season than we've had in a long, long time, here. Now, I don't know if you've had the same kind of rainfall up there, but here I think it's almost sure to be related to the fact that the trees love soil moisture. It's a bottomland tree, and it's just having more of that exfoliating bark this year because of the growth conditions than it normally has. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a cosmetic thing, having to clean up a little of that bark that's kicking off. But other than that, no problem at all. I'm going to put you on hold if you had another subject or question for me, because I got to run for a minute. If you want to call me, anybody else, it's 866-444-3478. The website, again, is dirtdoctor.com, DIRTDOCTOR. I'm Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'll be right back with you.